Welcome to the Bridge of Two podcast.
Onwards
Upwards
to bigger and better things.
to democracy.
To democracy.
For Super Earth. For Super Bridge.
For Super Bridge. My allegiance is to the bridge. To democracy.
Well, we're back again with another piping hot episode of the Bridge of Two.
Welcome back, everybody.
We are thoroughly warmed up. So we just recorded an episode.
Oh, you're giving away secrets here.
Well,
you're not supposed to know.
If it's horrible, I'll take that out so people don't think that's why it was so bad.
Oh, that makes sense.
They had nothing left in the tank. No, we're drinking a beer, so we have that left in the tank.
We do have that left in the tank. It's usually how the episodes end is with me finishing a drink and being a little toasty. At least the old episodes. I'm a little bit too free with my tongue.
That's because we were always like drinking hard liquor for our drink breaks.
Like when Caleb was on.
Oh yeah,
just like our D&D sessions.
He would always bring
the apple pie moonshine.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dangerous. Yep. Well, we're back on the bridge.
Welcome back, everybody.
How's the 5 minutes spent?
It's been good. I went to the restroom, got another beer.
Nice.
There's my lovely wife.
Hello. Shout out.
Yeah.
But anything you didn't get to mention or you'd like to mention?
A few things. First off, I mentioned a couple episodes ago that I was doing a YouTube channel. And then I was going to be playing through. And
shout out.
I was going to be playing through and doing World of Warcraft. That has changed.
Shout out.
I have realized two things. One, I'm playing World of Warcraft on my own time with a character through the same game because I want to get some of that story and all that. And so I've been wanting to play that character a lot more than record my other character. And also it's like I'm going through the same thing again.
Right.
So I didn't want to, I was just like, eh.
Yeah.
Two, that game has like no audio, like no voice acting or anything like that. At least initially. I think the newer, like the later expansions do.
Yeah.
They have like cinematic stuff like that. But like all the quests, it's all text.
Gotta read it. Yeah.
Gotta read it. And so just because of how I am as a person, there was just so much dead air of me just like sitting in silence playing this game, which some people may enjoy. But I didn't want to make that type of video.
Right.
I didn't want to post 30 minutes of me sitting in silence killing monsters, because a lot of it is also World of Warcraft is very grindy because it is more of just a quest game, and then eventually you get to raids when you're end game.
Right.
So, that being said, the YouTube channel is still alive, or it will be. It's
Bridge of Games, right?
It might be the Gaming Bridge. I had to switch it. I had to switch it around. I cannot remember what it was.
When I was watching, it was Bridge of Games because I looked for Gaming Bridge, I couldn't find it, and then I was like,
I think it's Bridging Games.
And it was Bridge of Games.
Bridge of Games. That's right. I think that's what it is. I think someone there. I think there was another YouTube channel called the Gaming Bridge.
There was, and it was like a gaming.
And so that is why I ended up changing it.
You should have bought it from
them. Por favor.
Should have bought them out. Made them offer.
I can't. How do I?
$600,000.
Jeez, I don't have that much money. I think it's the Bridge of Games. I can't find it right now.
It is.
But anyway, it is currently in hiatus because I have decided that instead of doing WoW, I'm going to do Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Wow.
One, I know a lot more about Star Wars and can talk about that for hours on end without stopping.
Wow.
Two, it is a story-driven game.
Wow.
Each character has its own main story class or story quest plus all the expansions. So it is so much easier because it's also all voice acted. So if I'm in a cutscene, I can stop talking and take a drink and just whatever. I think it'll go better, and I've also been wanting to play it. And I'm also not playing that on my own like I am with World of Warcraft. So like when I go to play it, I'm only playing that character. So I'm a little bit more excited to go sit down and play that character.
There you go.
So those will be posted soon. I'm going to get caught up on a couple episodes, and then I'll end up posting them. So if you're interested in that, that game is really good. So give it a watch.
Play along.
I'm doing the Sith Inquisitor storyline.
You could start a character, and you could have Jeremiah starting his character with you, and you could both be playing through the same thing at the same time.
It's true. Could.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, starting back on my Wave Kings reread.
Nice. You're almost done?
I'm almost done, so I'm really excited about that. I also started another book that I'm reading. So when I am rocking my daughter to sleep, a lot of times I like to read. I can't hold the Wave Kings, my large paperback, while I'm doing that. So I have a book on my Kindle. I'm
She can't hold like one half of it?
I mean, maybe, but she's like sideways, and it's just like, she's only just now holding her bottle.
She'd hold it in her mouth too.
Yeah, that's true. She'd eat it, and then my book could get ruined, more ruined than it already is. But I started reading Red Rising, which is a sci-fi book.
I've heard that's a good series.
So
did Caleb recommend it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm checking that out.
Does Red Rise in that one?
I think so.
Or are you not sure?
Apparently it has to do with like, it seems like it's going to be one of those societal books of like, this person's society is saying that they're better than this person in society, like a dictatorship type of thing.
Oh,
or like, and like the reds are like the lowest of the low.
Whereas the red will rise.
Yeah. And then the golds are like the highest of the higher or something like that.
Wait, that sounds like my kind of book. The Reds.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
All Red Rising. How about that?
Yeah, there you go.
That's what
you should just name your book.
That's what this episode's going to be called.
All Red Rising. I like it. It's going to have nothing to do with the main topic, but I appreciate it. You should definitely do that.
We'll get the Red Rising people.
So I'm reading that. I'm reading that a lot slower because I'm only reading it when I'm holding Emma.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
But that being said, it seems like it's going to be really good. But yeah, other than that, not much. Just been playing World of Warcraft still. And like I mentioned last episode, playing Dark Souls 1 again.
Yeah.
What about you? Anything you didn't mention, get to?
I've been continuing my Halo playthrough, which I mentioned though. I'm on Halo 3 now, but I've been playing Helldivers too, so I haven't been playing Halo 3 lately. But that's been fun. I finished the season 2 of Halo. And officially
season 2 of Halo. Oh, okay, the show.
The Halo show.
I was like, is it Halo 2?
Because that's kind of that's what got me back into playing the Halo games. Is I wanted to play Reach because Halo 2 does like a version of Reach. And
the eye roll says it
the
all.
The way I feel about it. I don't
think I've ever seen you do an eye roll before, so it says it all.
I try so hard to like things. I'm so
that makes me
try to be so positive. Well, it's not like I'm gonna watch season 3. Like I'm gonna watch it.
It's good, but it's not like Halo.
Yeah, it's kind of like
as a person who's played the games.
It's not like a bad show, but it's just like it would be better
if they
just tried to actually adapt Halo in a somewhat similar way. I just could not stand Master Chief out of his armor. Pretty much all of season 2. That was it for me. I was just like, I cannot believe that I'm watching the Fall of Reach and no Spartans are in their armor.
The Fall of is canonically is Master Chief even at the Fall of Reach?
I think he was on Reach, but
I thought he was in like a cryo tube, the same cryo tube that
he gets in. I don't know how he gets in there.
Oh, he gets into it.
Like he's in that, but I don't know how he gets into it or when he gets it. I heard that he is doing things during Reach.
Oh, you know what? Because he's in the book. He's in the Reach book.
Yeah, there's a book.
I read a few chapters of that.
And I bet that book's awesome. I need to read that book.
We should read that and do a podcast on it.
That'd be cool. Yeah, did Karen Travis do that book? Of All of Reach?
She actually might have. If so, then we definitely should do
She did a couple Halo books.
If she did, then we definitely should read it.
But anyway, so yeah, I'm still watching it and like, it's not like there's nothing good in it. And when he's in his suit and when they're doing action, it's really awesome. It's really fun. But yeah, I was just frustrated by it. But
anyway. It's by Choi. No.
Okay.
There's multiple.
She wrote one called Grasslands. I remember.
The Fall of Reach is Eric Nyland.
Okay. I don't know what the one she did was even about, but she did a couple, I think. But anyway, shout out Karen Travis. Even though she didn't write that book. But
she read some of the she recently written some of the Galaxy's Edge books.
Galaxy's Edge, yeah. but yeah, so there's that. And then the last thing I'll mention quickly is just a writing update. I'm working on a book. It's not the same book I've been working on for most of my writing life.
You changed it up.
Yeah, I just, I started writing it last year, and I took an idea that I'd had a while back, and I developed it a little bit more, and then I was really interested in the idea, and I've just been I've just basically been following my instincts on it and enjoying doing that.
Good.
And that's what I'm going to keep doing, and my plan is to try to have it finished by August.
Nice.
At least draft 1.
Yeah.
And it's probably not going to be that big either. I'm thinking it's going to be like less than 50,000 words. Just the way the pacing of it's going currently. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited to see where it goes, and I'm just having fun with it, and, and not putting too much pressure on it, and taking the time like that I need to take on it, and not being like, oh, I'm not writing things. I'm just approaching my writing differently, and it's been good. So
nice.
But yeah, hopefully someday be able to share that and share more of that with people.
Is it in like a different world and setting and all that?
Yeah.
Nice. Is it still fantasy, or is it like
still fantasy?
Nice.
Yeah. Still, very much medieval fantasy. You could almost see it though as like almost a mythological, like think of like Norse mythology, or think of
Norse mythology is cool.
So yeah, I've been looking at mythology about dragons and and so there's kind of a dual. There's like a dragon mythology in Europe. A red and green dragon, I think, or red and green and white dragon. I forget what it is that I was looking at. So I have some like dragon mythology stuff going on in it, and I have a cowardly hero who's like, his cowardice is causing a lot of problems for people, and he's got to face that. And then a father whose son is getting who's gone missing because of this hero's cowardice and stuff. So it's been fun to
nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So yep,
nice to start something new and just kind of let yourself have fun with it.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's that for me.
We should also throw in as a point too. As of recording this, recently Brandon Sanderson has.
Oh yeah, we were gonna mention that, weren't we?
Has announced that he has done it again.
He did it again,
and he's made another secret project.
He stared into the camera
for so long,
for like 45 seconds. And I'm just like, I was just so giddy watching him do that, because I'm like, he's just enjoying this so much.
He is.
And then he slams down a manuscript on the table.
He's a madman. He's an absolute madman.
And I don't remember if I said it. Oh yeah, no, we didn't. We haven't recorded since he announced it, I don't think.
Nope.
Because I was gonna say I called it, but
spoilers.
Yeah, I won't say. I won't say what it is, but it's a Cosmere novel.
You didn't call it.
There was something he did a. There was something he did. He did a reading for the Rhythm of War launch party. Back when Rhythm of War launched, and it was a future, era Cosmere novel. And there was like a character with a shard gun in it. And I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. And I thought maybe it's that. And it was.
Oh, so there is okay. I got to listen to the chapters that he did release or watch.
Yeah, I read them. I didn't listen to him read them, but I read them, and it's fun.
That's exciting.
I could tell you more about just one character. I could drop one character's name later, and you'll be excited.
Okay, you can tell me about it later.
Okay. But yeah,
all fair.
On the side,
or just while we're talking about something completely different, just say the name and just see if I realize that you're saying it.
I might actually try to do that. That'd be funny. So, Avatar, The Last Airbender, the second episode.
Episode dos.
Called Warriors.
Good episode.
A lot of warriors. Yeah, warriors.
Yeah, warriors.
I thought this episode was really good.
This episode was pretty rad.
It kind of it kind of really got me on board with the show.
For sure.
Anything you want to say about it? Impressions right off the bat?
First impressions. It got me. I'm with you. It got me on board. I liked it. I liked the chemistry between the three main characters so far: Aang, Katara, and Sokka.
Yeah.
I just and even Zuko and Iroh and their whole situation going on. Yeah, I just not really too much to say as for initial impressions. I enjoyed it. I very much enjoyed it. I enjoyed the end. I do have a question about the end, which I'll ask you when we get to that point. But
yeah, so I mean, it's a good adaptation of an episode. In the animated show, you know, I've seen that episode, and so I was like, okay, this is what they're doing, and it was really faithful, but it was also with the version of the characters, which are very similar, but the way these characters have been portrayed, you know, their journeys. It was cool to see, you know, Katara learning how to waterbend better. You know, it was cool seeing Sokka have a little bit of love interest with, what's her name? I don't even know what her name is.
Suki?
Okay.
No. I continue.
Suzuki.
Is it Suzuki?
No, that's a car brand. Frost. Oh no, that's someone else.
It is Suki. Not Suzuki, but Suki.
But I thought that was a really well done thing. Everything between them. What did you think about between Sokka and Suki?
I thought it was really done. I thought it was really well too. I know they have a little fling in the cartoon.
Yeah.
I thought it was very well done. I think the actor for her is also very well picked.
Yeah.
Or actress, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I liked Sokka in this episode too because he kind of becomes a little bit more vulnerable.
Yeah, I like
just
that.
like I was the guardian of my. It initially starts off I was the guardian of my village, and then he kind of like as he gets closer to her, he's just like, I mean, there wasn't really much to guard, you know. But he still steps up and helps defend her village when the time comes. You know, like showing the type of person that Sokka is. Like he even himself acknowledges like I'm not much of a defender. I'm not that strong, but I'm going to stand up and do what's right anyway.
Right.
I thought his as small as it was, little character development in this episode was really good, and I did like their relationship.
Yeah, I thought I liked what they did with her character in this episode because, like, if I remember right, in the cartoon, she was more like he was mainly the buffoon, but in this show, she kind of was a little socially unaware. Like, she clearly was interested in him, but she was embarrassing him by how she was showing him up, you know?
Which makes sense, and since she's living on an island that doesn't go, like she doesn't know the world, you know, so it makes sense that she'd be like a little bit more social.
She doesn't like understand that he's just trying to impress her or trying to make himself not feel so useless or whatever. Yeah, and so like when he stomped away, when she like got him in the headlock or whatever, I was like, oh, it was like that further where he's a more serious character and he's not just a buffoon. And I liked that. And I liked how, you know, they did the training scene and stuff, and the tension there was fun, you know. What do you think about everything with Aang and learning about the Avatar state and things like that?
So that's why part of what I wanted to ask is, does that Avatar state, him talking to that Avatar, does that happen in the cartoon? Because I don't remember.
Well,
I know he goes into those places periodically throughout the show, and he talks to different types of avatars. Does that happen with her in this?
I don't remember. Okay. I feel like it's either her or it's another avatar.
Yeah.
That he talks to, and then that avatar kind of like he becomes that avatar for a minute, but I don't know if it's her.
So he does that scene where he becomes her for a minute and like whoops butt.
Yeah.
That does happen in the cartoon.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Okay, that's what I meant to look it up before we started.
It definitely happens with one of the avatars. I just can't remember if it's her or if it was at the Airbender temple.
Because that scene was really cool.
Yeah,
watching all 4 elements get used and just her whip butt. But while I was watching, I was like, I don't know if I. Which maybe this is the moment where I was like, I need to rewatch the show, the cartoon, because like I don't know if I remember this happening. It's like, but I don't.
I think it did.
I just needed. I meant to go watch a video on it and see, but I forgot before.
Yeah, I think it did, but it could have been a different avatar at a different temple. I liked it though.
No, I loved it. I thought it was great, and I thought it fit. I like avatars growing into becoming an avatar, and what that means. I really like that. Actually, that's the whole scene with where she's just like he basically is just like, but people are gonna get hurt. She's like, more people will get hurt if you do nothing.
Yeah, she was really hard on him.
She was hard on him, but I think it was needed, like, I also think that was like kind of the point too, where it really drove home like we're not gonna just stick with the kid silliness of the cartoon that does rise itself as this is. We're gonna make it more mature, I mean, she was driving home and really being kind of harsh of like, you've done nothing these past 100 years and look what's happened. And it's going to get worse if you continue to do nothing. I know you don't want to hurt anybody, but unfortunately you're going to have to. And that's basically what she says. She's just like, if more people people will get hurt. Yeah. But more will get hurt if you do nothing. Right. And I don't know. I like that. Yeah. I think that was good. I think it really drove home to Aang what needed to be driven home. Mm. So. Yeah.
What did you think of Katara in this episode? Any feel the same way about her?
I feel the same way about her acting. She's just very flat. Mm-hmm. The waterbending is cool. Yeah. But even in the cartoon, I remember Katara when she was really getting better at the waterbending, being excited about it. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that just wasn't, I didn't get that from this actress. Yeah. And I don't necessarily think it's the actress's fault. It might be. But like.
I don't think I think, I just think it's what are you, when you cast someone, it's like, what can they do? Mm-hmm. And you have some actors and actresses that are more subtle, and you have some that are more expressive, and more over the top. And I just don't, this actress just doesn't seem to have that range, you know, and that's not necessarily like she's acting bad. It's just it's what her acting range, can portray. It's what it seems like.
But I enjoyed her, I'm excited to see her continue to do more waterbending. I like the waterbending. I think it looks very cool. And this point is, I'm giving leeway because I'm sure it's probably strictly because she's new at waterbending. But I just thought the scene was really funny when she just slapped Zuko with water because it seemed like it would do nothing. Mm-hmm. And so I'm taking leeway, like I said, because I'm pretty sure she's weaker with water. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's just learning how to waterbend. So I'm hoping we get to the northern tribe that like we start seeing some really cool stuff with waterbending. Uh-huh. But yeah, with that scene, I was just like, she just slapped him with water.
Now, what about, I just remembered, was this at the end of the first episode, or is this in the second episode where they're flying away on Appa and Zuko throws a...
That was the end of the first episode.
Okay. Just real quick, what did you think about her doing the little waterbending thing where she like blocks the fire? Did you think that was a little... too fast that she was able to do that, or
no? Because
I was conflicted about it.
I didn't mind it strictly because we had the scene like 10 minutes prior of Aang being like, if you just feel it. And right. I remember Katara, and I think I remember from the cartoon Katara being better with her waterbending when she's emotional.
Well, yeah, because that's kind of like how she. They did that in the show, but like in the cartoon, it was a little more obvious, like when she was emotional.
And so I think and so because I know that from the show, I think that's what kind of helped me be a little more, because she was obviously like, Aang's about to get shot. Right. Like, so she is going to be a little more emotional. So, and I remember at those times when she was better at her waterbending, and like I said, 10 minutes prior, we had that thing with Aang being like, just feel it, Right. So it didn't bother me as much.
I mean, like I knew that they had tried to do a little foreshadowing for it. I was just still like, but, what did you think about the whole storyline with Zuko? And you've got the, I forget his name, the other firebender guy that like is kind of becomes a little bit of a rival and a thorn in his side.
I thought
That actor, I thought did a really good job.
I think it's cool. I like it too because, or I like this whole Zuko thing because it shows that he's not necessarily in this for the Fire Nation. He's in it for himself.
Right.
Because, for someone who's in it for the Fire Nation to help them out, he'd immediately tell everybody about the Avatar and have them all hunt him down. But he's trying to get his honor back by
don't tell anybody.
And he thinks he needs to do that by getting the Avatar. Right. And I'm pretty sure that's a big point in his story and his character development. Yeah. Is realizing that, that's not all life is.
Right.
So I liked that.
It very is what I remember, from what I've seen in the cartoon. It's in keeping with that, where when he, that's his mission, his life's mission is to get the Avatar. And then there is this other guy, which I think it's the same character, who starts to realize that Zuko has made this mistake by letting him go, and now he can kind of use that against him, and he becomes this thorn in his side. And so I kind of see that as what they're kind of doing that, and it, so they're definitely doing that a faithful version of that, and there was also a really great scene between Zuko and Iroh, where Zuko he has a vulnerable moment with Iroh, and I forget what does he say.
Yeah, he makes I also remember what you said about the scene, but I cannot remember what he said because he made a comment that drew it hit home to me of there's more going on than. Even he realized, even part of him realized that this probably isn't going to be everything.
Okay, so I remember what Iroh says after. Iroh says that hope can be a cruel thing.
Oh, that's right, because he's talking about how it was almost easier when he didn't know the Avatar was actually here. And now he's had the Avatar let it slip through his fingers, and now it's almost worse for him.
Right. And he's so upset, too. Maybe that was in the first... I don't think... Remember how he was really upset that, he caught the Avatar... And then the Avatar ran away. He's like, he ran away.
That was in this episode, yeah.
The world's greatest fighter, or the greatest warrior, he ran away. He just was not expecting that, and he was so frustrated. And then he's just like, yeah, like you said. So I just really liked seeing that vulnerability a little bit, and seeing Iroh. Iroh really does care about him. What
were your thoughts on Iroh in this episode compared to the first one? Do you think he's a little bit better?
Yeah, I thought he was better. I liked his conversation with Aang, and when they had Aang in prison at the beginning of the episode.
That was the first episode.
Oh, was it the first episode? Yeah. Well, I liked that conversation, but I thought he felt better in this episode. So
yeah, I thought he is being Iroh this episode. He's being that leader, that mentor figure.
Yeah.
In this, I like it, and he's doing it in his weird way where he does make weird statements, or he'll I like the scene where he's there in the market and he's trying to give Zuko some good tips, and then he's just in the middle he goes, oh, sticky rice, it felt very Iroh. It was very funny.
Yeah,
because Iroh doesn't take a lot of things. He doesn't take too many things seriously throughout the shows until later on. So I thought they did a better job with him in this episode compared to the first one, but he also talked more in this episode. And he's always there to get Zuko out of his hot-headedness. Right.
Yeah. And we got a glimpse of where things are going with the Northern Water Tribe, the Avatar, the Earthbending Avatar. She gave Aang that vision. So
I can't wait to get to the Northern Water Tribe stuff. I wonder if they'll keep Sokka's fling there a thing. Do you know about any of that?
No. I don't think I've gotten to the Northern Water Tribe yet.
Sokka's got a fling there.
Okay.
It ends up being kind of tragic, but...
Uh-oh.
Sort of tragic. Tragic for Sokka.
Seems like they will then, because the way they're...
Well, yeah. It was good, though. Yeah, I'm excited for the Northern Water Tribe to see it in live action, too. Especially compared to the movie, because the movie did all of that, so...
So you've seen the movie?
The Avatar movie? Yeah, of course I did.
The M. Night Shyamalan movie?
Yeah, it wasn't great. I tried to forget it. It's been a while. I saw it when it first came out. Yeah, all of this, just how they're doing everything, it's going. It makes me excited for the rest of the shows. It makes me excited for the end, because the last couple episodes, last season, has got some of the coolest fight scenes, animation, story, character development. I can't wait. makes me really excited for the show. I'm glad that so far they're doing a good job. I can't wait to watch the rest of the episodes.
Yeah, I was having a tough time not going on to the third episode after episode 2 because I really liked episode 2. I'm just looking forward to seeing what they do, because there's a lot of material for season 1, so it's just really interesting to see how they adapt it all.
I wonder if they'll end up with the full season, like if season 1 of the show will end with season 1 of the cartoon.
Yeah,
or if they'll do like a half.
Right.
I guess we'll just have to see. We'll have to finish the show and see.
We will. We'll have to tune in, although it's already there.
We'll just have to watch it. We'll just have to watch it.
Awesome. Well, this has been another shorter episode.
Yeah, when we do a couple short episodes, we gotta get ourselves caught up and
just get a little bit of a buffer
for ourselves, and then we'll get back to the longer form, rambly episodes.
Your favorite?
Yeah, where we just go off on tangents.
Frost.
Oh,
all right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, this has been the Bridge of Two podcast.
Don't laugh at us.
Finish it.
A far
away
bridge. You ruined our groove.
You missed my groove.
Frost, really?
Yeah.
Are we still recording?
Prologue.
Wow. Interesting.